there everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We're here at Munich for a practice session in the rain. Lisandro Cruz, Rafael Rodriguez, they've got a bit of an interesting time ahead maybe for them. So $27.2 it's kind of the middle of that bar. I'd like to see where that goes. I think maybe a touch of understeer. I know the bar's over here, but from what I remember with Portugal, there was a touch of understeer, I think. And then down a bit on the gears. I think that might be okay. We're going to test that out with Rodriguez's setup as well. Okay, I might as well just go to 3. And do you want to go up and down there? Maybe a little different there on the setup, just to see if we can make any difference out of it. So I'm going to go ahead and take practice. I'll see you guys towards the end of practice, or at the end of practice going into the race, and let you know how things went. Okay, I'm finding this strange. I've got the setups pretty much figured out early, but everybody here is on wets and inters, and they've all passed round, and like, it's not been raining for so long. Like, why aren't people, like, I don't know, why aren't they on softs? Why aren't they on other tires? I just don't see it. Like, that took them so long to do. I just don't understand why. And we're able to steal a march on that without any issue whatsoever. Let's go into low fuel there, just to bring them both home. That's a medium for you, a medium for you. And then high for you, and high for you, and then overtake, bringing them both in. I need to get that figured out then. A little bit of a downforce issue. So I went up and that went down. So if I come down, will that rating go up? I mean, you'd like to think so. So fresh tires. Oh, it's going to go a bit more watery at the end. But I need the soft tires. If it's not going to rain in the race, then I'm going to need that soft tire. Good. I hate doing that. Let's get Rafa out and about. Let's get Cruz out and about as well. So, currently sitting first and third then. Kanjiro splitting us at this point. Heavy traffic on the track right now. But I'm hoping some of them go away towards the end of this practice. I'm hoping a few of them actually pit now. A couple of them have there, and not the ones right in front of Rodriguez. Mori goes and grabs first place there. Immediately slows down to ruin our fast lap, maybe. Cutting us off there. Mori, you son of a gun. You son of a gun. Dufa moves up into third place ahead of Cruz. Cruz is improving on his time. And there we go then. So I don't think it's going to be too much more from these guys. Going to drop down then onto mediums so that we can have a bit of a chance down here. Costa's not that far behind, but it should be enough. So let's see then. Cross the line. Rodriguez finishes second. Can't improve on his time. Neither can Cruz. But still, I feel that's a pretty good indication of what we can do. You know, it was raining at the end. It was wet on the track. We weren't going to improve towards the end of that. What we could do and what we did do is when we hit our points in the races, in those little times that we got out of the track and got something going, you know, it worked out. So good job with Rafa's setup. Predator looking good. And I'm cool apparently. Oh yeah. Don't believe him. Don't believe him. I don't dress cool at all. I do not. I refute that. I don't think it's going to rain. I do not think it's going to rain. So I'm going to go soft tyres and the pits there. And look at that. We, you know, identical pretty much on both in terms of the setups. Fifteen laps. So it takes about 4 laps of fuel to go around 3 on overtake. And I'm going to want to be doing that quite heavily. I think 5 laps for Cruz, 6 laps for Rafa, and that means that I don't have to double stack coming in. I can pick and choose. If there's a safety car, of course, I'll just double stack anyway. But yeah, overall I think that's going to be a decent setup. So let's get into the race itself then. I had to save because I didn't actually save for a while. But Cruz in 8th and 19th for Rafa. That's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get out of the back end. And there's some dangerous drivers around Cruz. I mean, this could be interesting. 8th and 19th. It's a decent start from Rodriguez. It's not too bad from Cruz because the people alongside him, mainly Valdez, didn't get his start right. That'll allow him to go up there, but Valdez squeezes him out round the outside, and we'll just see how things go from there. I think I'm actually going to go on to high there for both. And I think I'm going to keep on here until I can, until we want to go on to push when those tyre temperatures come up a little bit more. So at the moment we're running, what, 12th and 15th. That's decent. 13th and 15th. 14th and 15th. Allow your teammate through. I mean, your teammate's not directly behind you. Actually, we're not going to... There we are. We're going neutral high there. And you just race for now, Cruz. Let's see what you can do. He's the only one that's really pushing right now and might be able to get a little something going here. Dive down the inside, but his stats and everything aren't very good, are they? So he's going to be pitting on this lap. Fresh tyres are a must. He's going to fill up on his fuel. His parts look good. We're going to risk it for a biscuit. Let's get Cruz into the pits. Box this lap, Lissandro. Box this lap. Lovely little move from the outside. Cruz there flies up the order. Rodriguez not really doing too much. And we'll see how that works out for him. I think now, though, we are going to attack. And so Cruz will come in a little earlier than most people. But that's okay. And I think we're going to box on this lap with Rodriguez. He's going to go full fuel. He's not going to worry about his parts. And he's going to go there. So we're going to give them a chance now to see what they can do here. Rafa, though, tumbling down the order a little bit at times. Not the best in the way that I would have hoped. Let's see where Cruz can end up here. The front runners are going to be gone, of course. The top 10 positions are probably gone. But no, look at that, 8th place. And if he could have just come out a little bit better, that would have been a really, really nice way to do things. So, push and high and neutral high, I think there. Just for the tyre temperatures. Cruz up into 8th. Then down to 9th. Then down to 10th. Then down to 11th. Because why not? The rest of the cars are pushing really, really hard. Costa's got to drive through, and that's not going to be doing anything to help us whatsoever. Not going to help us at all. And let's going to try and get Rodriguez through if we can. I mean, come on, Rodriguez. I'm giving you everything here. How about that then? How about that? If like, just get past, will you? I mean, come on. He's letting you through. Don't ruin his race just because you're an ass. Okay, so we're going to come up now then about lap 10 with Cruz and try and get this pit stop working. Hopefully skip a few cars again. We're right on that line. We're okay though there. We're going to go fast again and just see if we can get this going. So I think a little low there for a little bit of time and then back up to medium. Just feather that. There we go. And then we're going to come in on this lap with Rodriguez. So he's got plenty of fuel now. Doesn't really matter. All that's good. We're going to stick with balanced. And then that should be, if I manage the fuel right towards the end of the race, that should be good enough to put us in positions. So we're going to see where Cruz ends up. No, you don't need to stop pushing. You need to keep going because nobody is anywhere around you. And there we go, 7 laps of fuel, everything's good there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And let's get you out on push medium. High and push now. And then attack. Cruz, come on. You can do it. These positions are just ahead of you. Couple of people towards the front are having to pit. So there's a chance here that we can get something done. It's 7th and 9th at the moment. I think overtake and attack. And we're going to keep that on high at the moment. I think that's going to be the best way for Cruz to finish in as timely a manner as possible. So we've got lap 13, lap 14, lap 15. I mean, you're going to be under-fueled, aren't you, Cruz? Oh. You're going to be under-fueled. And if it comes to it, you're going to allow your teammate back through again, aren't you, Cruz? Come on. Move it the way, Sandro. Move it the way. Okay. So, high or medium there, maybe. And then back up to medium. Go back up to high for you. 6th and 7th place. I mean, we're not really going to be catching, I don't think, the top 3. Or 4 even. But let's now burn through this excess fuel and see how we are towards the end of this race. Do we have anything over these boys? We do indeed. Rodriguez is closing in. Can we get here? Nick a place or two. Come on, Rodriguez. You can do this. Up into 5th. I think 5th and 7th there we finish. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Not quite the top 3 that we were looking for. But overall, the fuel's managed well. The tyres I felt were managed well. We did what we needed to do. We had good pace throughout most of that race. Canjiro takes first, though. Big win for her. Calvacanti second. Vanderlyn third. Diaz in fourth. Sepala there, splitting our team. And yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Now, we gotta hope we don't get demoted here because of part fixing. Come on. You scumbag. Oh. And was Rafa too. Like, ugh. Yeah. It doesn't matter because we weren't in the top 3, so it doesn't really hit us there where it hurts. It does push, Rafael up there, although Costa's very close. The 2 Portuguese lads head-to-head there for second place, but we're very close to taking back that overall driver lead. We move up in the championship into second place, and we're trying to catch up there. So, decent, not the best. You know, the car isn't really there yet. We're not supposed to be competitive yet. We're supposed to be competitive, in 3 to 4 seasons' time. So, in year 3 to 4, I mean. So, the fact that we're now at level, that we're at this early, I feel fairly happy with. I dislike that we came 4th there. I don't think that's a fair reflection at all. Come on, we did really well to finish where we did. I do need to replace Cruz. I need a better driver. Just braking and cornering. We need such a better driver. Ah. Okay. It is what it is. Rafa holds driver number 1 position. We lose a lot of money because of that fine. But we're still stacking all that money to next year's car, and I am okay with that. So, Ozu, of course, gained positions there, 1st and 3rd. That's why they extend their lead at the top. Garuda had a good race there. Silva had a good race. They were the other 2 teams that got past us. So Cruz is my liability. Cruz is the one that's not allowing us to compete as much as I really want to. Come on now, Daisy. I mean, really, you are basically your Cruz, except not quite as good, Oh, your corner is +2. That would have been a 0. How much money would you want? Not much. I mean, that could be a possibility. That could be a possibility, I guess. Not that I would want to. I don't think she's good. And yeah, that's my second suspension that has been banned out, which is kind of a pain. That is kind of a pain. Design new part. I mean, what can we do here? We could just make another part. I mean, that could be something. Let's leave that towards the end of the season. We can't really afford to do too much. We could try a break here. And for the sake of 5, I don't think we'd really... I don't think it'd be really worth doing that. Would it? I mean, that would be so fun to do just because it's so quick. It's that risk level again, but you know what? We're risky this year. We are risky. And that's just all there is to it. Look at 99%. Such a good part, and it's got kicked out once again. I mean, whoop-de-doo, let's get that going then. And yeah, let's just keep improving those parts. In fact, let's improve those parts, because why not? Why not? Sucks. Fit parts. Let's just get that going then. So sponsors, what do we got? Races. 200 per race is pretty decent. It's going to be more than that, and it's going to mean that we don't lose money. Again, we can afford to actually wait. So wait we shall. Let's get to designing the brakes. And there's our new sponsor option, and that is 2.75 million up front and 8 races. That's what we're on about. That's what we want to do. You know, that's what we want to do. Let's go to the parts list and, what is it, brakes. So, let's get that brake going and see how we can get that up and running. That means we'll be able to throw the other brake onto cruise. He's quite content there. He's quite content because, you know, there's no brakes on Rafa's car. He'd be quite content there. In fact, he'd be quite content there. Ooh, I mean, that's... Okay, so he thinks his car is better than the Sandra's just with that. We stack all the dodgy parts on Cruise anyway. And yeah, I mean, why not? That way, if we get done, it's on Cruise. And he falls down the order where he's pretty much gonna be anyway. We lose the banned parts, which will suck if it's certain parts, but I mean, right now we're just trying to build for the best sort of season we can have next time. What's that? Balguer. Balguer is... yeah, no. Bonus points for the fastest lap could be removed. You know, we don't really hit those. So, I think that might be something that we look to do. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, that is. Yeah, let's get those all up. Okay, we're getting into the parts sort of being reliable enough now. We're in that territory. I mean, basically design a new part at this stage, don't you? I think it's time to go for the big bad engine. I say big bad engine. It's not really a big bad engine. It's a meh, not really anything good engine. But it would do, you know? It would do. So yeah, we're gonna throw that in. Let's get that all set up. Again, gonna try and risk it there for Vamoose. We're losing a bit more money than we did before. Like 100 grand or so. Which we could be making there. It's not really worth it, no. But yeah. Oh well. It's the way it's gonna be. We've got original parts on Rafa's car. And we've got Cruz here sitting with a slightly better car. Yeah. Cruz is in a better car. That's interesting. That's interesting. But Guildford, clear practice, clear for the race. And I just don't know, guys. I just don't know. We might not be good enough to win the Constructors' Championship this year. We're not close enough. So, yeah. It's going to be an interesting one. You can see Rodriguez started off fairly well. You know, lost his way a bit at his home Grand Prix. Did okay then in Ardennes. Lost his way a little bit in the last race in Germany. Was you dial down to Cruz, and he did okay in Germany, and that's it. Twice Cruz has done well in Germany. He sucked in Russia, sucked in Portugal. He wasn't very good in Belgium or Italy either. And I mean, Italy, Portugal, and Russia are all coming up again. So there's 3 more races he's probably going to suck. So this in South Africa might be the only chance Cruz has to get some good points. So we might as well just, you know, see what happens and replace him come the end of the season. But I'm going to save the game there. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying. If you are, you know, let me know in the comment section below. And as always, guys, take care of yourselves. I'll see you back here for Guildford next time, as we're coming towards the end of the season. Not too long to go before we see how we can set things up. Till then, though, I've been Chris Orme. This is Motorsport Manager. And like I say, guys, see you in the next one.